Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Huawei's 5G overtaking directly shattered the US's technological hegemony. After various means of restriction failed, it spread its anger in the semiconductor field, using its own supply chain advantages to formulate an entity list specifically for Chinese companies, and completely banned the supply of US technology. After Qualcomm and Google successively cut off supply, Huawei's mobile phone business fell into a dilemma and could only speed up the independent research and development of chips and systems. After the return of Kirin 9000S, all this was settled, and the US chip rules and the US-Japan-Netherlands trilateral agreement were directly declared invalid. But the Biden team does not intend to give up. In the near future, it directly launched the third round of bans. 140 Chinese companies have been added to the blacklist. It also fully restricted TSMC and Samsung's AI chip foundry for Chinese companies, which directly angered China and directly launched the strictest rare metal ban in history. This also directly made the so-called allies of the United States panic. Japan and the Netherlands have begun to please Chinese customers and made it clear that they will not give up the Chinese mainland market. At the same time, the European Union has also started to build an independent system. The remaining capital of the United States is being exhausted. Recently, the chip statistics of China, Japan and South Korea have been released. After achieving a comprehensive breakthrough from EDA design software to chip manufacturing, China is getting closer and closer to the goal of achieving a 70% self-sufficiency rate. And academician Ni Guangnan's words have come true. Ni Guangnan's prediction has come true. As early as 2021, Ni Guangnan stated, "As long as the complete localization of 28 nanometers chips can be achieved, the downstream application industry can achieve independent substitution, which can meet the needs of most industries except mobile phones at this stage." But now it seems that the academician's words were still conservative. Now China has fully realized the autonomy of 28 nanometers chips, and even realized the manufacture of 7 nanometers chips using the chip stacking process. ASML has previously stated that using 2000i and above DUV lithography machines, ignoring costs and yields, it is possible to achieve 7 nanometers and even 5 nanometers chip manufacturing. This means that China no longer needs American technology. It is precisely because of this confidence that the three major associations will call for caution in purchasing unsafe and unreliable American chips. With the release of chip data from China, Japan and South Korea, everything has begun to change. It can be said that it is finally China's turn. According to data released by research institutions, South Korea's chip export share in the first 3 quarters of 2024 was $102.4 billion, while Japan only had $20.4 billion, while China reached an astonishing $115.3 billion, replacing South Korea as Asia's largest chip exporter. Such data even has a place in the world. Such a reversal is naturally due to the localization of chips. China's latecomer status has attracted the attention of the global market. According to media reports, the top 5 chip sellers in Japan have begun to purchase Chinese chips on a large scale to meet the needs of local companies. The reason why Japan turned against the United States and no longer purchased American chips on a large scale is entirely because Chinese chips have high cost performance. According to public data, Samsung's single wafer price is 10,506 yuan, not to mention TSMC, while SMIC is only 6,976 yuan. Such a low-cost advantage is also very competitive. Taiwanese companies have said before that the foundry price in the mainland market is at least 40% lower than that in Taiwan. In addition to labor costs, there are also advantages in supply chain and energy. Therefore, as long as China builds an independent system, it will be difficult for Europe, the United States, Japan and South Korea to pose a threat to China in the future. After the return of Huawei's Kirin 9000S, it has been fully confirmed that China has the manufacturing capacity of 7 nanometers chips. The United States has long known that it cannot effectively restrict China. Today's strong support is just for the so-called face, but this time it is obvious that China has won. Chip data from China, Japan and South Korea are out, and China has become the largest exporter in Asia. Breakthrough in chip localization, achieving full autonomy in 28 nanometers, and even 7 nanometers manufacturing. High-cost performance attracts global attention, and Japan purchases Chinese chips on a large scale. Huawei Kirin 9000S returns to confirm 7 nanometers manufacturing capabilities, and US restrictions are invalid. What do you think about this?